I don't believe in the word procrastination. Like, I don't really believe in that word. I told a young lady in Australia who told me she was a procrastinator. I said, look, if I told you to meet me here tomorrow at 5 a.m., I'm going to give you $3 million. Where would you be? She said, I'm going to be right there at 4:59, ready to get that $3 million. I said, so there's no such thing as procrastination. What it is it's not important to you. Right? It's not meaningful to you. It's not something that's urgent to you. And when something is not urgent, you put it off. So yep, you're in school, yes. You probably are getting grades, etc. But if it's not meaningful to you, if it's not important to you, then you're not going to make it a priority. So what you have to do is find out, how can you make it meaningful? How can you make it purposeful? How can you make it stick? And when you can find that out, I promise you'll get up early, you'll get there first, and you'll do whatever it takes to make that goal a reality. So for me, no such thing as procrastination. It's a such thing as it's not a priority to you.
You said that you were going to graduate this year. You were going to finish college this year. You said you were going to run a marathon, right? This is what you said out of your mouth. All I'm doing is I'm saying, listen to me, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. I didn't tell you all year what you should do. But what I did tell you is don't talk about it, be about it. You should be tired, all right? You should be tired of talking about it, and you should be at a place where you're doing something about it, all right? The reason why you have not become successful, the reason why you are not like a locomotive, the reason why you're not having success in your life is because every single day you got an excuse. And I need you to do me a favor. I made my last excuse yesterday. My last reason. I came up with my last reason yesterday of why I can't do what I'm supposed to do. And so I need you to do me a huge favor. All your excuses, all your good reasons, everything that's keeping you from doing what you're supposed to do, I need you to put it behind you and say, yesterday was the last day for that foolishness. Yesterday was the last day to say I don't have enough money to.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another beautiful, blessed, and grateful day. TG, I am fired up and excited. Today is kind of like the lunar eclipse, right? It's one of those rare days that you don't see too often, right? You don't see too many Mondays at the first of the month. So to say we are aligned is an understatement, and I'm excited to be where we're at because we're all in the right position, right place, right time. So let's go ahead and dive into today. You see, I told you guys, preparing over the weekend, I've got a fire topic today. We're going to be talking about how to go ahead and master influence and overcome what we call procrastination. So before we go ahead and dive into today's topic, let's go ahead and drop down some gratitude. What is everybody grateful for today? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful to be healthy, grateful for the abundance, grateful for the blessings, grateful for the morning routine that's been consistent and that's ready to go ahead and continue into the month of August and the rest of the year. Grateful for each and every single one of you guys. Grateful for the leaders, grateful for the momentum, grateful for each and every one of you in the dream team. So let's go ahead and get into today. All right, here we go. So check this out. Get out your pen and paper. All right, I actually got a whiteboard visual today. Actually, it's going to be on the chalkboard if we're being technical, but this is big, right? I'm going to give you guys a visual of what this training looks like so you can actually get an idea of how to truly master influence and overcome procrastination. But before I get into the visual, before I go ahead and over to the chalkboard, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some ideas to think about, okay? Procrastination. How many of you guys know somebody who you've seen, who you know in the past, who you know right now that you could say has a procrastination problem? Somebody that you know, or maybe it could be yourself. Drop some twos down below. Who can relate, right? Absolutely. I've been there as well. I'm actually still going through it as well. So as I'm giving this training, this is something that I'm honestly implementing myself, okay? So here's the difference, okay? When you look at procrastination, the truth is it's not a problem. It's actually a symptom. What is that symptom? The symptom, believe it or not, is actually one word: anxiety, right? Anxiety, this is a feeling that we've all experienced, an emotion that we've all been through. And the problem is most of us have confused procrastination with this. And here's how to fix procrastination. You ready? I want you to think about this. To eat the things that will serve you right now, to be able to get yourself up in action, to go ahead and get your body healthy right now, to go ahead and make the move today, to go ahead and do something that you're not used to doing, is going to actually go through a process. And I'm going to go ahead and go through it today because your eyes and your ears start the entire visual that I'm about to show you guys right now. Okay, so we have facts, and how we interpret these facts is how it ends up how we end up living our life. So if you think about it right now, humans are actually singularly motivated. What do I mean by that? I mean humans don't have 5 motivations. They don't have 10 motivations. The truth is they only have one. What is that true motivation? Who can go ahead and give a guess down below? When people feel like it, that's the real answer. When somebody feels like doing something, they're going to go ahead and take the action. If you feel like eating good today, you're going to go ahead and eat a little bit better. If you feel like actually working on your body today, you're going to go ahead and hit the gym. If you feel like really doubling down on your trading skills, you're going to hop on these go lives and these training sessions to really go ahead and sharpen your sword. So the difference is, and I know some of you guys were like, D, well, I don't always feel like working out. I don't always feel like showing up. I don't always feel like being the best version of myself. Well, here's the difference. Successful, the greats, the elites, whatever it is that you want to call them, the difference is they've learned how to make themselves feel the way that they want to feel. Okay, they figured out a way to make themselves feel like exercising, like eating good, like doing activities, because people do things for their own reasons, right? If you think about a child that doesn't want to clean their room, if you can give a child a reason to clean their room that's going to better their life, now they're going to go ahead and clean their room. Well, it goes the same reason with us as humans, right? When we can find the right reasons, this is where everything starts to change. So if our attitude is right, the facts don't matter. No matter if it's a loss of job, no matter if we're filing for bankruptcy, no matter what negative storm is going on in life, the facts don't matter. It's only how we perceive these facts and actually take action. So you guys ready? Here's the visual for today. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys on a ride so you can see the power of being able to use this formula for you. So here we go. Check this out. I'm going to go ahead and get over to the whiteboard, and it's game time. All right, let me go ahead and plug this in. This is going to be a training that you guys can use for the rest of your life. Here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get close to this so you guys can see it. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and get your paper, you guys can go ahead and draw this out. You guys can take a screenshot so you can see it, so you have it. Basically, here is the breakdown of how this works. Okay. So as we go through this, this is the idea. So everybody, right, we're right here. Here's the human. This is us. So we actually perceive life in 2 ways, right? We actually perceive life through our ears, and we perceive them with our eyes. Okay. So whatever fact that comes into our life, we're able to look at it and internalize it for one of 2 ways: the way we see it and the way we actually hear it and internalize it. So I want to give you guys another visual. Okay. If you think about a picture, right? This is how this training starts. If you think about a picture, most pictures that you see, why do you think pictures have a frame around it? The reason being is pictures have a frame around it so you can focus on what is in the middle, on what is actually inside of the frame. So whenever we have facts inside of our life, the frame that we put around the fact is how we end up living our life. So the frame that we end up putting around the facts in our life ends up our belief, right? So our belief can actually either turn into 1 or 2 ways. Depending on how we see and we hear the information, it determines our belief. Now, here's what's interesting. We have 2 different types of belief. We have faith, and we also have doubt, right? So if you look at faith and doubt, what's the difference? Most people, when we're talking about doubt, we're thinking that, well, if I doubt something, that means I don't have any belief. Well, the truth is actually, if we doubt something, that means that we just have more belief in the doubt than we actually have faith in that situation working out for us. So I'm going to show you exactly how this rolls down from our head all the way down through our body when we internalize information. You ready? So pay attention. This is big. So the first thing that happens, it goes through our eyes and it goes through our ear gates, and we internalize this belief to either create fear or we create what is called doubt. So this starts in the head. The second thing that happens, it travels from the head and it comes down right here into the heart. Okay. So here's what happens when the feeling goes into the heart. There's 1 or 2 ways that this feeling ends up getting interpreted. Okay. So pay attention. The feeling can either turn into anxiety, or the feeling can actually either turn into anticipation. Okay. So here's the difference. When we have anticipation, I want you guys to think about a time in your life when you've had anticipation. Okay. Let's go ahead and think about it. What is a time in your life that you were truly excited about something before it happened? The first thing I could think about was Christmas, right? The night before Christmas, back in the day when we were little, how many of you guys ever snuck in your parents' room, or maybe you saw a couple of the presents, you saw the presents under the tree and you shook it a little bit and you had an idea, maybe it was a video game, maybe it was a bike, something that you wanted, right? And you couldn't even sleep the whole night before. You were ecstatic, you were excited. This is called anticipation. When we have anticipation for life, we're excited, we're ready to take the action, right? Leaving your country, we're ready to go ahead and actually do the thing. That's feeling. That's called emotion, right? So if you look at the word emotion, guess what that is? All that is energy in motion. So if we can be able to actually identify what emotions we're feeling and learn how to channel them, this is where the magic happens. So let's go ahead and go back to this, right? So we internalize our feelings. We end up actually perceiving this one or two ways. We either get anticipation, where we're excited about the outcome, or we have what's called anxiety, right? Anxiety is right here. When we have anxiety about a situation, guess what that is? All anxiety is we're so stuck on thinking that whatever the outcome is going to be, that is going to end negative, that it robs us from taking action in the present moment. I want you to think about that. When we get the feeling of anxiety, all essentially that is we're thinking about the outcome not working out in our favor. Therefore, we don't take action in the present moment, and that leads to more negative circumstances in our life. How many of us have all experienced this in one way, shape, form, or another, right? We've all been there, and we wonder why Murphy's Law starts to happen is because literally procrastination, but this is the root. This is literally where it all starts. So this is huge, right? So now that we've interpreted the difference between anticipation and the difference between anxiety, now where does that travel from our head to our heart? Guess what happens next? Well, on our little drawing with our buddy over here, right, we went from his eyes to now we're going to go to his heart. When we internalize that feeling, guess what? That goes out to his hands, to his or her hands, right? The hands, I want you guys to think about, is the function in our life, right? Here's the truth. When we experience anticipation, we're excited, when we're thinking about the outcome working out in the exact way that we want it to, or working out in our favor, and we're excited for it to actually happen, now you start to get what is called power in your hands, right? Where you're able to take the action, you're willing to go out and do what is necessary. But if you notice what happens when it's actually the opposite, and we experience what is called anxiety, right? Here's what happens in our hands. Guess what? Instead of having power, now we actually become powerless. Yo, this is so big. This training was golden. You become powerless. You don't take the action. You start the negative self-talk. You start thinking about all the what ifs. What goes wrong? What if I don't make it? What if I keep losing trades continuously? This is the truth. This is where all of the magic really stems from, and learning how to really figure out where it is that we're actually sending these emotions and how to go ahead and utilize them. So this is big, right? If you guys can think about everything that you guys have been going through in the past week, month, couple months, how have you been able to use these feelings, right? Have you been anticipating excitement? Have you been anticipating rank ups? Have you been anticipating withdrawal, success, impacting, having leaders being magnetic to you inside of your business? Or have you been anxious about the exact opposite, right? Being able to lose trades, being able to think that you're not good enough to do this, being able to think that nobody can see your vision. Everybody is so negative to you. The world is not ever working out in your favor. This is anxiety. This is big. Okay. So let's go ahead and recap over this so you guys can really truly understand what it is that we're talking about. You ready? So let's go ahead and go through it. Number one, the focus in our head ends up creating the feeling that we have in our heart. That feeling leads to either one or two things, right? The feeling of faith or the feeling of doubt ends up leading to a feeling. And that feeling is either one of two things. We either have a feeling of anticipation or we have a feeling of anxiety, okay? One robs us of our joy in the present moment, and the other one allows us to go ahead and take action and do the things necessary, okay? The feeling in our heart then leads to the function that's in our hands. That function being either one or two things, either power or powerless. So big, right? If the feeling in our heart is anxiety, then the function in our hands becomes powerless. And every obstacle that we experience in life, it's going to seem 10 times bigger. It's going to seem like a mountain that we're never going to be able to climb, right? It has the power to take everything away when we start understanding that we have the power. We can go ahead and create the life that we want. So when we master the key of influence, it gives us the ability to overcome procrastination, right? The big word of the day. The no's that you get will turn into the yes. the maybes will turn into absolutely's, and the I'll think about it is going to actually go to where can I join? Send me the link. I'm ready to go ahead and change my life, because you've learned that most people, they don't actually suffer from procrastination. They suffer from anxiety. They suffer from doubt, and we're the ones to able to go ahead and shine the light on them. So I'm excited, family. I'm ready for you guys to go ahead and take the next step. I'm here with you every step of the way. And if you are ready to go ahead and cut out procrastination, drop some twos down below, drop some threes, smash that like button if you're ready for the month of August. This is a month of absolutely explosion, eruption, rank ups, withdrawals, momentum, honestly upping in all areas of life, right? The morning routine is going to be absolutely on fire coming in, not just for the rest of the month, but coming into the end of 2022. So I love you guys. Anything that you guys need, we're here for you. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right in your hand. So I love you, family. Let's go out and have a phenomenal day. Appreciate you. It's game time. Let's go. You know what time it is. Lions in the Wild. It's about that time, family. We're vibrating high for the month of August, coming into 2022. I hope you're ready for AZ. Go ahead and get your tickets. AZ is coming in literally 45 days. We've got the event. We've got the 4-day lock-in with the mansions and 7-figure mentorship. I love you guys. You already know what time it is. Let's go. Hey! I see you, Horizon Jay. I see you, Lady Boss Nikki. DeFi Sims, Jay. I love you guys. Go out and have an abundant day. It's game time. Let's go.